What if the secret to a happier, calmer, and more meaningful life wasn't hidden in success, wealth, or endless productivity, but in the simple habits practiced every single day? Imagine waking up without rushing, working without stress, speaking with intention, and ending each day with a quiet sense of fulfillment. For centuries, Japanese culture has embraced a way of living built on mindfulness, discipline, simplicity, and gratitude. These are not complicated philosophies. They are small daily habits that quietly transform ordinary people into extraordinary ones. Today, you'll discover 7 timeless Japanese habits that can change the way you think, work, and live. Let's begin. Modern life is noisy. Our phones buzz every few minutes. Our calendars overflow with commitments. Our minds rarely experience silence. We are constantly chasing the next achievement while forgetting to appreciate the life already unfolding around us. Ironically, despite living with more technology and convenience than any generation before us, many people feel exhausted, anxious, distracted, and disconnected. The Japanese have long recognized a truth that much of the modern world is only beginning to rediscover. A meaningful life isn't built through dramatic changes. It is built through small actions repeated consistently. Better living is not about doing more. It is about doing what truly matters. The beauty of Japanese wisdom is its simplicity. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You don't need expensive courses or complicated systems. You only need a willingness to practice small habits every day. Each habit becomes a brick. Brick by brick, you build a peaceful life. Today we'll explore 7 powerful habits rooted in Japanese philosophy. Each one is simple. Each one is practical. And together, they create a life filled with clarity, purpose, and inner peace. Let's begin with the first habit. Most people wake up and immediately invite chaos into their minds. The alarm rings. The phone appears. Notifications arrive. Emails demand attention. Social media begins comparing lives before breakfast. Without realizing it, the day starts with reaction instead of intention. Japanese culture teaches something different. Before filling the mind, empty it. Spend the first few minutes of every morning in silence. No phone. No television. No news. Simply breathe. Listen. Observe. This small pause creates space between you and the world. It reminds you that your attention belongs to you, not to every notification demanding it. Quiet awareness is the foundation of mindfulness. It allows you to notice your thoughts without becoming trapped inside them. Instead of rushing into the day, you choose your direction. This habit doesn't require an hour of meditation. Even 5 peaceful minutes can change your mental state. Sit by a window. Watch the morning light. Listen to birds. Feel your breathing. Notice how your shoulders relax. Notice how your heartbeat slows. These moments seem insignificant, but they quietly shape your entire day. Japanese tea ceremonies demonstrate this beautifully. Preparing tea is not rushed. Every movement has intention. Every action receives complete attention. The ceremony isn't only about drinking tea. It is about learning how to be fully present. Life itself becomes a ceremony. Walking becomes meditation. Cooking becomes gratitude. Cleaning becomes mindfulness. Speaking becomes intentional. Suddenly, ordinary moments become extraordinary. When your mind becomes quieter, your decisions become wiser. Your emotions become calmer. Your relationships become stronger. Because awareness always comes before change. You cannot improve a life you never truly notice. One of Japan's greatest gifts to the world is the philosophy known as Kaizen. Its meaning is beautifully simple. Continuous improvement. Not massive improvement. Not overnight transformation. Continuous improvement. Modern culture loves dramatic success stories. Lose 20 kilograms in a month. Become a millionaire by 30. Master a new language in weeks. Reality rarely works this way. Real transformation happens quietly. One small improvement. Then another. Imagine improving just 1% every day. That sounds tiny. Almost meaningless. But tiny improvements compound. A single page read every day becomes dozens of books each year. 10 push-ups every morning become thousands by year's end. Saving a little money each week becomes financial security over time. Learning one new word every day becomes a richer vocabulary. Kaizen removes fear. Instead of asking, "How can I change my entire life?" it asks, "What small improvement can I make today?" Suddenly, growth becomes achievable. Instead of climbing a mountain, you simply take the next step. Many successful Japanese companies adopted Kaizen after the Second World War. Employees were encouraged to improve systems little by little. Not through huge breakthroughs, but through constant refinement. The same principle works for your personal life. Improve your health slightly. Improve your communication slightly. Improve your patience slightly. Improve your focus slightly. Years later, you become a completely different person. Without ever experiencing a dramatic revolution. The beauty of Kaizen lies in consistency. Small actions defeat grand intentions. Anyone can feel motivated for one day. Discipline appears when motivation disappears. Every evening, ask yourself one question. What became 1% better today? Maybe you drank more water. Maybe you apologized sincerely. Maybe you spent less time scrolling your phone. Maybe you finished one important task. Celebrate small victories. Because they eventually create extraordinary lives. In many cultures, time is treated like an endless resource. People arrive late. Meetings begin late. Promises are delayed. Hours disappear without purpose. Japanese culture views time differently. Time represents respect. When you respect another person's time, you respect their life. Because time can never be returned. Money can be earned again. Opportunities may come again. But today's hours are gone forever. This understanding creates remarkable discipline. Trains arrive within minutes. Appointments begin on schedule. People prepare before they act. Punctuality becomes kindness. But respecting time isn't only about arriving early. It also means protecting your own attention. Ask yourself honestly. How many hours disappear into mindless scrolling? How many conversations waste energy? How many commitments steal time from what truly matters? Every yes is also a no. When you say yes to distractions, you say no to your dreams. Japanese living emphasizes intention. Do fewer things. Do them well. Finish what you begin. Protect quiet moments. Protect deep work. Protect family meals. Protect rest. Because balance creates longevity. Life isn't measured only by years. It is measured by how fully those years are lived. Every morning, imagine receiving exactly 24 gold coins. You must spend every coin today. You cannot save them. You cannot borrow more. How carefully would you spend them? Those coins already exist. They are your hours. Spend them wisely. Look around the room you're in right now. What do you see? A desk covered in papers? A closet filled with clothes you never wear? Drawers packed with forgotten items? Shelves overflowing with things you no longer need? Most clutter doesn't appear overnight. It arrives one small decision at a time. We might need this someday. I'll organize it later. It's too valuable to throw away. Little by little, our homes become crowded, not only with objects, but with unfinished decisions. Japanese culture teaches that our surroundings influence our inner world. A cluttered room often reflects a cluttered mind. When every surface is filled, the brain works harder to process what it sees. Even if you don't notice it consciously, visual clutter quietly competes for your attention. It can make you feel overwhelmed before your day has truly begun. This is why simplicity has such power. It creates space. Not empty space, but meaningful space. Space to think. Space to breathe. Space to create. Imagine walking into a room where everything has its place. The desk is clean. The air feels open. Natural light fills the room. Nothing demands your attention except what truly matters. Your mind immediately begins to relax. Japanese homes often embrace this principle. Rather than filling every corner, they allow space to exist. That empty space is not wasted. It is intentional. It reminds us that peace often comes from what we remove, not only from what we add. The same principle applies to your schedule. A calendar packed from morning until night leaves little room for reflection, creativity, or rest. Not every hour must be occupied. Sometimes your most productive moment is the pause between two busy ones. Decluttering is also emotional. Many people carry guilt from the past. Old arguments. Unfinished regrets. Disappointments that happened years ago. These emotional burdens weigh just as heavily as physical clutter. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying that no longer serves me? A grudge? A fear? A habit? A belief that keeps me small? Just as you can clean a room, you can also clean your mind. Forgiveness is decluttering. Acceptance is decluttering. Letting go is decluttering. Every item you remove from your life creates room for something better. Every unnecessary commitment you decline creates time for something meaningful. Every negative thought you release creates space for peace. A clean environment does not solve every problem, but it gives your mind a better place from which to solve them. The Japanese understand that caring for your surroundings is also a way of caring for yourself. When your space becomes lighter, your spirit often follows. Modern life celebrates multitasking. People answer emails during meetings, watch television while eating dinner, scroll through social media while talking to friends, listen to podcasts while thinking about tomorrow. The body may be in one place. The mind is somewhere else. As a result, very few people experience the present moment. Japanese philosophy offers a different path. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When you listen, just listen. This practice of complete presence transforms ordinary moments into meaningful experiences. Think about the last conversation you had. Were you fully listening? Or were you already preparing your reply? Many people hear words. Few people truly listen. Real listening is a gift. It tells another person, "You matter enough to receive my full attention." The same applies to your work. Imagine spending one uninterrupted hour on a single important task. No phone. No notifications. No switching between tabs. No checking messages every few minutes. Your focus becomes sharper. Your work becomes better. You finish faster because your mind isn't constantly restarting. Attention is one of the most valuable resources you possess. Every distraction spends it. Every interruption weakens it. The Japanese concept of mindfulness reminds us that life is happening now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but in this very moment. When you drink tea, notice its warmth. When rain falls, listen to its rhythm. When the wind moves through the trees, pause long enough to appreciate it. These tiny moments are often overlooked because we believe happiness exists somewhere in the future. After the promotion. After the vacation. After we earn more money. After life finally slows down. But life does not begin later. Life is already here. Every ordinary day is quietly becoming your past. Don't rush through it. Your attention shapes your experience. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Choose carefully. One of the most beautiful ideas in Japanese culture is known as Wabi-Sabi. It teaches us to appreciate things that are imperfect, incomplete, and temporary. In many parts of the world, people chase perfection. The perfect body. The perfect career. The perfect home. The perfect relationship. The perfect life. But perfection is an illusion. And chasing it often creates endless dissatisfaction. Wabi-Sabi invites us to see beauty differently. An old wooden table covered with tiny scratches tells the story of family meals shared over many years. A handmade ceramic cup with an uneven shape reflects the hands of the artist who crafted it. Autumn leaves are beautiful because they do not last forever. Cherry blossoms become precious precisely because they bloom for such a short time. Impermanence gives life its value. Imagine if flowers never faded. Would we appreciate them as deeply? Probably not. Their beauty comes from knowing they will soon disappear. The same is true for our own lives. Every season changes. Childhood becomes adulthood. Parents grow older. Children grow up. Friends move away. Nothing remains exactly the same. Instead of fearing change, Wabi-Sabi encourages us to embrace it. It reminds us that aging is natural. Mistakes are natural. Growth is messy. Healing is not a straight line. Every scar carries a lesson. Every setback contains wisdom. Every difficult season shapes your character. There is a Japanese art called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired using lacquer mixed with gold. Rather than hiding the cracks, the artist highlights them. The object becomes even more beautiful because of what it has survived. What a powerful lesson. Many people spend years hiding their emotional scars. Their failures. Their heartbreaks. Their disappointments. But perhaps those experiences are not flaws. Perhaps they are the golden lines that make your story unique. You are not defined by what broke you. You are defined by how you rebuilt yourself. Stop waiting to become perfect before allowing yourself to be happy. Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. Progress is. Presence is. A meaningful life is not flawless. It is authentic. When you embrace imperfection, something remarkable happens. You stop competing. You stop comparing. You stop chasing impossible standards. Instead, you begin appreciating what already exists. Your home. Your family. Your health. Your journey. Your life. That quiet appreciation is where lasting happiness begins. There is a beautiful Japanese word that has inspired millions of people around the world. Ikigai. It is often translated as a reason for being. But Ikigai is much more than finding the perfect career or achieving success. It is discovering the reason you choose to wake up every morning. Some people believe purpose must be extraordinary. They imagine it has to change the world. But Japanese wisdom suggests something simpler. Purpose can be found in ordinary moments. A teacher shaping young minds. A gardener caring for flowers. A parent preparing breakfast with love. An artist creating beauty. A craftsman perfecting a single skill. A friend offering encouragement. Purpose is not always loud. Often, it whispers. Many of us spend years asking, "What is my purpose?" Perhaps a better question is, "What brings me alive?" Notice the moments when time seems to disappear. Notice the work that energizes rather than exhausts you. Notice the activities that make you feel useful, peaceful, and connected. These moments offer clues. Your Ikigai is not something you suddenly discover. It is something you gradually uncover by living with curiosity and intention. Purpose grows through action, not through endless thinking. If you wait until every answer is clear, you may never begin. Take one small step. Learn one new skill. Help one person. Create one meaningful thing. Each step reveals the next. Alongside purpose comes another quiet habit that shapes a joyful life. Gratitude. Modern life trains us to notice what is missing. The bigger house. The better job. The newer phone. The higher salary. The next achievement. Our attention is constantly pulled toward what we don't yet have. Gratitude gently turns our attention back to what we already possess. A healthy body. Fresh air. Clean water. Food on the table. A loving family. A trusted friend. The ability to learn. The chance to begin again. These gifts are easy to overlook because they appear ordinary. Yet for millions of people around the world, they would be extraordinary blessings. In Japan, appreciation is woven into daily life. People express thanks before meals. They bow as a sign of respect. They acknowledge the efforts of others. Gratitude becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a way of living. Imagine ending every evening by asking yourself, what made today meaningful? Perhaps someone smiled at you. Perhaps you completed an important task. Perhaps you enjoyed a peaceful walk. Perhaps you simply survived a difficult day. Even that is worth appreciating. Gratitude does not ignore life's hardships. It simply refuses to let hardship become the whole story. It reminds us that even during difficult seasons, small moments of beauty still exist. The warmth of sunlight on your face. The laughter of a child. The sound of rain outside your window. The comfort of a quiet cup of tea. These simple experiences are not distractions from life. They are life. The more you notice them, the richer your days become. Purpose gives direction. Gratitude gives peace. Together, they create a life that feels deeply fulfilling, not because it is perfect, but because it is lived with intention. We often believe that changing our lives requires dramatic action. A new city. A new career. A new identity. But lasting transformation rarely arrives through one grand decision. It arrives through small habits practiced consistently. That is the quiet genius of Japanese wisdom. It asks us to slow down in a world that constantly tells us to hurry. It teaches us that simplicity is not emptiness, it is clarity. It reminds us that discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. It shows us that happiness is not something waiting in the future. It is something we create through the choices we make today. Let's remember the 7 habits we've explored. First, begin each morning with quiet awareness. Instead of reaching for distractions, give yourself a few moments of silence. A calm beginning often leads to a calmer day. Second, embrace Kaizen. Do not seek overnight success. Improve just 1% each day. Small actions, repeated consistently, become extraordinary results. Third, respect time like a treasure. Protect your hours. Spend them on what truly matters. Every moment is a piece of your life that can never be replaced. Fourth, declutter your space and your mind. Release what no longer serves you. A lighter environment often creates a lighter heart. Fifth, do one thing with your full attention. Whether you are working, listening, eating, or resting, be completely present. Your attention is your greatest gift. Sixth, embrace Wabi-Sabi. Stop chasing perfection. Find beauty in growth, in change, and even in life's imperfections. Your scars do not diminish your value. They reveal your strength. Seventh, live with gratitude and purpose. Wake each morning with a reason to contribute. End each evening with appreciation for what the day has given you. Purpose gives life meaning. Gratitude gives it joy. Imagine practicing these habits, not for 1 week or 1 month, but for years. Imagine the person you would become. Calmer under pressure. Kinder in conversation. More focused in your work. More grateful for the present. Less controlled by comparison. More confident in your own path. This is the quiet transformation the Japanese way of living offers. Not a louder life. A deeper one. Not more possessions. More appreciation. Not endless ambition. Meaningful progress. Remember, the goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to become the best version of yourself, one thoughtful choice at a time. Tonight, before you go to sleep, choose just one habit from this audiobook. Only one. Practice it tomorrow. Then practice it again the next day. And the day after that. Don't try to change everything at once. Small steps taken consistently will always travel farther than giant leaps taken once. Years from now, you may look back and realize that your life didn't change because of one extraordinary moment. It changed because of one ordinary habit that you chose to repeat. That is the true art of better living. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this audiobook brought you value, carry these lessons into your everyday life. Share them with someone you care about. The greatest wisdom is not merely learned, it is lived. Take a slow breath. Look around you. Appreciate this moment. Your journey toward a calmer, wiser, and more meaningful life has already begun. The art of better living is not a destination. It is a daily practice.